So, hello students. Now today I will explain acids and bases chapter about lab activities. Acids and bases, lab activities from 2.1 to 2.10. So, first of all, we will see in our textbook, in our NCERT textbook, activity 2.1. So, you see this activity, collect the following samples from the science laboratory, that is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid and acetic acid. 4 types of acids and 4 types of bases, that is sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, these bases. Put a drop of each of the above solution on watch glass and test with drop of the following indicators as shown in table 2.1. So you have to collect acids and bases and keep that acids and bases on watch glass and put a drop of indicators. What change in color did you observe with red litmus, with blue litmus, with phenolphthalein and methyl orange solutions? Here 4 indicators given. One is red litmus, blue litmus, phenolphthalein and methyl orange solutions. Tabulate your observations in table 2.1. So it is the table given. Table sample. What sample you are taken? With blue litmus, with red litmus, with phenolphthalein, with methyl orange indicator. What is the color change? So here I explained phenolphthalein. With phenolphthalein, acid is colorless. You will observe with phenolphthalein, base is pink. With methyl orange, acid is red. With methyl orange, base is yellow. So it is with the indicators. So here one example given. After performing activity, you will observe this one. Hydrochloric acid turns blue litmus to red. Hydrochloric acid does not change red color of red litmus solution. Phenolphthalein solution is colorless in acid, hydrochloric acid. Phenolphthalein solution turns pink with methyl orange indicator. So it is about HCl. It is about HCl, hydrochloric acid. Same observations you will get for next acid, sulfuric acid, for nitric acid, for acetic acid. All these 4 acids you will get same observations. All these 4 acids turn blue litmus to red. All these 4 acids turn no change with the red litmus solution. All these 4 acids are colorless with phenolphthalein indicator. All these 4 acids gives pink color with methyl orange indicator. Similarly, you will test for base, that is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, no change with blue litmus. Blue litmus you add to sodium hydroxide base, you will get only blue color only. So if you add red litmus, it will change to blue. With phenolphthalein it gives pink, with methyl orange it is yellow. So not only sodium hydroxide, all the bases, these colors are same. So all these bases, blue litmus solution, no change in color. Red litmus solution turns blue. All these bases gives pink color with phenolphthalein BPP, base phenolphthalein pink color. All these bases gives yellow color with methyl orange solution. This is about activity 2.1. Okay. This activity 2.1. So for this activity, first of all, I am taking dilute hydrochloric acid into 4 beakers. It is a dilute hydrochloric acid, beaker 1, 2, 3, 4. So dilute hydrochloric acid is taken into 4 beakers. 4 beakers. So these 4 beakers, dilute hydrochloric acid is there. So with me 4 indicators there. Red litmus solution, blue litmus solution. Red litmus and blue litmus. plus methyl orange indicator, methyl orange solution and phenolphthalein. So in our textbook it is there, take acid and watch glass. Instead of that I am taking here beakers. So in one first beaker I am adding blue litmus solution. Blue litmus solution. So it is blue litmus. So by adding blue litmus solution it is changed to red. Blue litmus turns to red. So it is blue litmus. After adding blue litmus solution it turns to red. So red color. So this dilute hydrochloric acid turns blue litmus solution to red litmus solution. Okay, this one. Next, again I taken N more. So blue litmus is over. Now taken red litmus solution. Red litmus solution, by adding red litmus solution to this acid, dilute HCl, still no change in this color. That red only there. Red litmus, red color only there. Red color. So blue litmus to red, red litmus also to red only. Red. You see, you can see this red because I used more quantity of acid, so it needs some more in it. So red to red, red litmus to red, blue litmus also to red. Another two beakers there, so that is third beaker. In this I am adding phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein indicator is added to dilute HCl. Any color? No color. No color. Same one more methyl orange. In fourth beaker, methyl orange indicator is added. So methyl orange, it gives red. Methyl orange, red. So methyl orange to pink color, red. So HCl is tested with 4 indicators. HCl turns blue litmus to red litmus. HCl, no change with red litmus, same red litmus. HCl with phenolphthalein, no color. HCl with methyl orange, it gives pink. So that means HCl is tested with 4 indicators. This observation came. Like this you can do STSO4, you will get same observation. So it is about first part of this experiment. So per acid. Now per base. So base I taken here sodium hydroxide solution. Sodium hydroxide solution. This base also I am taking this base into 4 beakers. Beaker 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 beakers I taken base. I started with blue litmus. First beaker per base, blue litmus added. Blue litmus, blue only color, blue. Blue litmus, blue. No change in this blue litmus color. Blue litmus color is still blue. So second beaker of NaOH, sodium hydroxide, I am adding red litmus solution. Red litmus solution. This red also turns to blue. You can see blue litmus adding blue, red litmus also blue. Both the blue litmus turns blue. Still blue litmus is in blue color. Red litmus also turns to blue color. Next, phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein. I told phenolphthalein is adding to base. You see, pink. Phenolphthalein in base it gives pink. I told BPP, base phenolphthalein gives pink color. Phenolphthalein over. Next methyl orange, and next one methyl orange. Methyl orange is added. You can see which color formed, methyl orange with base yellow. methyl orange with base yellow. So you see yellow color and this one. Okay, it is about activity 2.1. Yes, activity 2.2. Activity 2.2. Take some finely chopped onions in a plastic bag along with some strips of clean cloth. Tie up the bag tightly and leave overnight in the fridge. The cloth strips can now be used to test for acids and bases. The cloth strips can now be used to test for acids and bases. Take 2 of these cloth strips and check their order. You check before this doing this activity what is the order of that cloth strips. Keep them on a clean surface and put a few drops of dilute HCl solution, that means acid, on one strip and few drops of dilute NaOH solution on the other. So you keep these cloth strips with dilute HCl one and with a base dilute NaOH solution on the other. Now you see, rinse both the cloth strips with water and again check their order. After rinsing with this water, again you check their order, note your observation. Now take some dilute vanilla essence. Here onions, next is vanilla essence and clove oil and check their order. So here 3 types of substances are using. One is from onions, second dilute vanilla and clove oil. Take some of dilute HCl solution in one test tube and dilute NaOH solution in another. Add few drops of dilute vanilla essence to both the test tubes and shake well. Check the order once again and record changes in order, if any. Similarly, test the change in the order of clove oil with both dilute HCl and dilute NaOH solutions and record your observation. It is related to activity 2.2. So in 2.2 what to do? You take 2 cloth strips which are kept in onions. Check their smell. After that you keep that cloth strips, one with the dilute HCl, another one with the dilute NaOH. Check their order after this experiment. Similarly, take 2 test tubes. In one test tube you take dilute HCl, in another one dilute NaOH, add clove oil and check any change in their order. Similarly, take vanilla. So in one vanilla essence, in one test tube with HCl, another test tube with NaOH. Check is there any change in order. So what you will observe after this? So these 3 types, vanilla essence, clove oil and onions, acts as olfactory indicators. They will give one color in acid, one smell in acid. The smell will change in base. So these observations you will get. You will observe that the order of onion is not detected in strongly basic solution. The order of onion is not detected in strongly basic solutions. So the solutions which eliminate the onion order is sodium hydroxide or base. If you are not getting any smell, so that means onions lost the smell, means that solution is a base. That means it is a NaOH. We can repeat the experiment by using vanilla essence also. Take a small dilute HCl solution in one test tube and dilute NaOH solution in another test tube. Add few drops of dilute vanilla essence to both the test tubes. Shake well and check the order again. What you will observe with vanilla essence? Order is not detectable with a strongly basic solution. Vanilla essence smell will lose in presence of strong base, that means NaOH. You may also repeat the activity with clove oil also. So that means these olfactory indicators, their smell will remains in acid. They will lose their smell in case of base. It is activity 2.2. Okay. Now activity 2.3. First of all, set the apparatus as shown in figure 2.1. So that means figure 2.1 is like this. Take one test tube. In this test tube, take pure zinc granules and add some dilute acid. Take about 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in a test tube and add pure pieces of zinc granules to it. So dilute sulfuric acid and zinc granules. What do you observe on the surface of zinc granules? After that, after adding this zinc granules and dilute sulfuric acid, there are some bubbles. There is some gas is released surrounding that zinc granules. So past the gas being evolved through the soap solution like this, through the soap solution. The gas is allowed to pass through the soap solution, and that soap solution forms take a burning candle near a gas-filled bubble. What do you observe? After keeping a burning candle near to that balloons, what you will observe? So after doing this experiment with dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid, you can change this activity with nitric acid or acetic acid. So that means here you are using hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid and acetic. What are the observations in all these cases? Either the observations are same or different, you will see. This zinc granules and acid. So you will observe that a vigorous reaction starts immediately. Vigorous reaction between this zinc metal and hydrochloric acid. Between zinc metal and hydrochloric acid, vigorous reaction will take place and evolution of gas is observed. Which gas is evolved? Hydrogen gas is evolved. When the gas is passed through the soap solution, bubbles of gas are observed in the soap solution in the form of soap bubbles. So this burning candle you keep nearby the soap bubbles, these bubbles puts up this burning candle. It is easier to detect hydrogen gas. Next activity is activity 2.4. 2.4, this activity is also similar to previous activity 2.3. What you did in 2.3 activity? Zinc granules and acid. Here zinc granules and base sodium hydroxide. Remaining procedure is same. Instead of acid, you have to use a base solution. Add 2 ml of sodium hydroxide solution. Place a few pieces of granulated zinc metal in a test tube. Add 2 ml of sodium hydroxide. This is zinc granules. Add 2 ml of sodium hydroxide solution and warm the contents of the test tube. So repeat the rest of the steps as in activity 2.3 and record your observation. What you will observe? You will observe that a vigorous reaction starts with the evolution of gas. A vigorous reaction between sodium hydroxide and zinc. Zinc and sodium hydroxide, between zinc metal and sodium hydroxide, vigorous reaction will take place and evolution of gas. Which gas is evolved here? Hydrogen gas is evolved. When the gas is passed through the soap solution, bubbles of gas are observed in the soap solution in the form of soap bubbles. When you bring a burning candle near a gas filled bubble, you will observe that the soap bubbles burst with a pop sound. The flame of the candle also goes off. So it is the activity similar to previous one. In that case, acid plus zinc metal, here base plus zinc metal. From activity 2.3 and 2.4, it is clear that zinc metal reacts with both acid and base. Here zinc and aluminum, these type of metals have some special characteristic property. Zinc and aluminum metals are called amphoteric metals. Zinc and one more metal is aluminum. These metals reacts with both acid and base. Not all metals. All active metals reacts with acids and liberate hydrogen gas, like in case of activity 2.3. But metals like zinc and aluminum only react with acid react with base. Zinc and aluminum only react with base sodium hydroxide and liberate hydrogen gas. Because these metals zinc and aluminum react with both acid and base, so these are called amphoteric metals. So next activity is activity 2.5. In this activity, take two test tubes. For test tube 1, you give name A, test tube A and test tube B. Take two test tubes and label them as A and B. Take about 0.5 gram of sodium carbonate in test tube A. In first test tube, you take 0.5 gram of sodium carbonate, and in another second test tube, you take 0.5 gram of sodium hydrogen carbonate. Students, you try to remember sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, has another name sodium bicarbonate. That means baking soda. So in test tube A, 0.5 gram of sodium carbonate. In test tube B, 0.5 gram of sodium bicarbonate. You take two test tubes, keep it in stand. Add about 2 ml of dilute HCl to both the test tubes. After that, taking two test tubes, add 2 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid on both the test tubes. What do you observe? After adding dilute hydrochloric acid to sodium carbonate, what reaction will take place? After adding dilute hydrochloric acid to sodium hydrogen carbonate, what is the observation? After that, you will observe one gas. Pass the gas produced in each case through lime water. This one formula CaOH twice, lime water or slaked lime or milk of lime, like this. Calcium hydroxide solution as shown in figure. So it is the diagram. In one test tube you take sodium carbonate, it is test tube A. Labeled as A, test tube A, sodium carbonate taken, dilute HCl, one gas is released. You have to observe in this brisk effervescence, like a cool drink. You open a thumbs up or Coca-Cola bottle by shaking. After shaking, once you open, you will get some sound with porosity gas will come. Like that, brisk effervescence will come. That brisk effervescence, that gas is carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide gas is allowed to pass into calcium hydroxide solution. Then you will observe inside this, before passing CO2, it is clear. After passing CO2 gas here, it turns milky. CO2 turns calcium hydroxide solution to milky. It turns lime water to milky. Which gas turns lime water to milky? Carbon dioxide gas turns lime water to milky. How will you detect CO2 gas? It is important question in a board exams. How will you detect the presence of CO2? CO2 turns lime water to milky. How will you detect hydrogen gas in earlier activity? So hydrogen gas puts a burning splinter with pop sound. Here brisk effervescence, this gas CO2 which turns lime water to milky. So it is the observation. In test tube A, CO2 formed. In test tube B also, if you use sodium bicarbonate, in this also CO2 will formed. In test tube A, gas is CO2. In test tube B, gas is CO2. Brisk effervescence gas. On passing, the carbon dioxide gas evolved through lime water. After passing through lime water, what you will observe? White precipitate, which turns milky, means white precipitate formed. After forming white precipitate, we are sending excess of CO2. Again you are passing excess of carbon dioxide. Then that precipitate will soluble. Again it will become clear solution. First lime water is clear solution. After passing CO2 it turns milky. After passing excess of CO2, that white precipitate is soluble and finally converted into calcium bicarbonate. Which is the formula? What is the formula of white precipitate? Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. After passing excess of carbon dioxide, that white precipitate is converted into soluble product. Name is calcium bicarbonate. Formula is CaHCO3 twice. It is activity 2.5.